What is going on, guys? We are back here with another patch 9.2 video, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the release date for Eternity's End. Yes, it has finally been announced what day the patch 9.2 is going to be dropped, and as you can see here on the Wowhead article, it is going to be February 22nd for NA and the 23rd for EU, and obviously the 24th for the Chinese and Asian realms, as they are 2 days behind NA. Now, what does this mean, right? So we've been waiting for a long time for the announcement. Everyone kind of expected it to be a 2-week period from the date of when it will be released to the actual release date. So as we have now known, since it is the 22nd and they did announce it on the 10th, we have 12 days until the next patch comes out. Now that's kind of upsetting, as for a lot of people, they do like to book some time off work. They do like to, create their schedules around the releases of the patch. And 12 days is just not enough for most people. Most people need at least 2 weeks. So there is this whole debate going on that Blizzard should be giving more than 2 weeks notice, maybe upwards of 3 to 4 weeks notice, so players can plan their daily schedules, plan their days off from work and things like that around the release date. Now, what else does this mean, right? So this means that on March 31st, March 1st, we are going to be getting the first 8 bosses of Sepulchre of the First Ones on normal and heroic difficulty. Now, if you do not know, they have stated that the last 3 bosses, Raglan, Lords of Dread, and Zoval, will not be available in the first week of raiding, which will be March 1st, which is a week after, or is it 2 weeks after? Let me open this up. So, 22nd, yeah, it is a week after the patch release, so you only have 1 week to wait until you can start raiding in the new raid. But only the first 8 bosses up to Anduin are going to be available. That's been known for quite a long time. And it's a little bit of change of pace, right? It allows players to not have to worry about rushing to AOTC the first week. They can, raid, get the first 8 bosses down, and be happy with that. Now, this is the big day for a lot of people. March 8th is going to be when the Mythic difficulty unlocks, and all of the bosses on Normal, Heroic, and Mythic will be available. For the majority of the player base, it's going to be Normal and Heroic is what you're going to be mainly focusing on. For a small percentage of the player base, this is really important because this is when Mythic progression starts. You're going to see a lot of, guilds like Liquid, Echo, Big Dumb Golden Guardians, Pieces, a lot of guilds like that, Method, start to begin the race to World first. So we'll see how that goes, if they jump into Heroic and finish the last 3 bosses, or if they, to get strats, because they have never seen these fights. If they jump in, get strats, playing their Mythic strats around those bosses based off the Heroic fight, like they do for the first 8. Or if they jump straight into Mythic, begin their Mythic progression. We're not going to know until that happens. But the important part is that this gives you 4 weeks to book these days off. I know personally I'm going to be trying to book these days off, at least the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so I can watch the Race to World first, grind out Mythic Plus, the new Mythic Plus season, get as much gear as I can, continue farming reputation and dailies and PvP and all that fun stuff on the new patch. It's going to be a great time. But you will have 4 weeks since today to book off March 8th, 3 weeks until March 1st, if that's what you're more focused on. And yeah, so that's all for specific dates. There are specific dates about the release of LFR. We know the first wing of LFR comes out March 8th. It's going to be the exact same progression as it has been for the last 2 patches, where you have the first week on the Mythic, the first week of LFR on the Mythic week, etc. Now, another important thing that this shows is that you only have about 3 to 4 weeks left to get Cutting Edge for Sanctum of Domination, and to get ahead of the curve for Sanctum of Domination. Now, if you don't have either of these, you still have a decent amount of time to get them. Cutting Edge is a little iffy. If your guild really hasn't started Sylvanas Prog yet, there's a low chance that you might get it. depending on how fast you are at progressing that fight. Um, but obviously, don't give up. The good thing to know is that once the patch does drop, there has been similar to previous tiers where you can continue to get cutting edge all the way up until the new raid comes out, because that's when you're getting the gear boost. So you have up to March 1st to get cutting edge and AOTC. I'm not 100% certain on that, but that is how it's been for the last couple patches, so it should stay the same. Um, Also, you have until March 1st to get Keystone Master Season 2 and get the mount for that. So make sure you continue to fight, continue to do Mythic Plus if you're looking for that. And yeah, these are all the new things that are coming out in the patch. I will link this article down in the description if you do want to look at, it's kind of a brief overview of everything that's coming. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be coming out with a lot more videos on the patch 9.2 release, stuff that you should be doing first week, stuff you should be doing the week before, and things like that. So keep an eye out on my channel. Subscribe, like the video, share this with a friend if they're having any questions about anything, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.